Welcome back to Hawk Talk, your source for all things National Park College Nighthawk Athletics here on the Nighthawk Network. With the athletic director, Rich Thompson, I'm Mark Oliver, sports information for Nighthawk Nation. Hawk Talk is presented by the following sponsors: by Natural Hearing Centers, Ouachita Children's Youth and Family Services, Allen Tillery Auto Group, First Security, and CHI St. Vincent. If you would like to support Nighthawk Athletics this season, you can do so by visiting us online at np.edu/athletics. Coach, welcome back. Things in full swing right here at National Park College. The fall season, something for everyone this year. And it all started off last week with a brand new event that we debuted, Nighthawk Madness for men and women's basketball. We had all sorts of things out there at the Kettle. Great crowd turnout, skills competition, some dance competition. We even had the 7th grade team from Hot Springs Junior High School out there. What a fun opportunity it was for the community and the students here at NPC to get our first look at Nighthawk basketball this season.
Yeah, Dylan and Dominic did a great job. It was such a fun night. Really introducing our players to everybody. A dunk contest, a three-point contest, and even Dr. Hogan's team might have come out with a victory on that. It's well worth a view on YouTube right now.
Nighthawk basketball just right around the corner, Coach. The first home game for the Nighthawk men, November 1st, and it'll be here before we know it. And, of course, women's basketball right around the corner. The first time you can see them in action at home, November 8th. Coach Hargrove, Coach Battles, they have their squads ready to go.
100%. They've been working hard, lots of time in the gym. They're ready to go. They've got a couple of scrimmage stuff going on here in the month of October to get themselves ready for November, where it really does kick off and the heat really hits the floor.
Those schedules are live online now for the men and women. You can check it out at np.edu/athletics. Coach, let's go to men's soccer, where they made a little bit of history this week out at Hot Springs World Class High School. Congratulations to Coach Grant Gartner and his guys taking down North Ark 4-0 in a really cold, chilly game, night game under the lights. But in their first NJCAA Region 2 conference win, the Nighthawks came out and they came out strong. It
was spectacular. The boys really put it on them early. I think we had 2 goals in the first half and finished off with 2 in the second. It was a great, hard-fought game. Our guys did what they came out there to do, and that's what it's about, is that they've put in the work. Now the games that matter, they need to win them. So if we go up to on Friday, they're going to go play in Harrison. If they win that one, we go to the district tournament. So that'll be exciting for them.
Yeah, so Friday's game at North Arkansas College in Harrison, the biggest game of the season by far. If they win that game, they'll sweep the series, and they'll lock up their first postseason berth in program history. And if you've seen this team this year, you just have a feeling that with the dream year that it's been and all the wins coming in, this could be the year that Nighthawk soccer really does something special. Very impressive for just a second-year program.
The coolest thing about that is if we can qualify for that, go to the district, we win the district, we go to the national championship.
Yeah. Huge. No team in Nighthawk history has ever advanced that far in the postseason. And, of course, Coach Grant Gartner's Nighthawk women continue to improve each and every week. We've got 2 more opportunities to see the Nighthawk women in action. Upcoming, they'll play Bacone College on Monday out at Hot Springs Baptist Church, and they'll close out their season Friday with Sophomore Day against Ecclesia College.
It's exciting. The girls are training so hard, and they're ready to finish off those last 2 games.
Yeah, and close out the season strong. It's been a lot of improvement. Great year. You can tell that the chemistry is there with this women's team. The future is really bright for women's soccer as well. Switching gears, let's talk cross country, Coach. Down in Magnolia at the Lois Davis Invitational, Nighthawk men really showed out. Get a 6th place overall finish. Some really good performances. Coach Jason Armitage is very impressed with all the personal records that his team continues to set this deep into the season.
Yeah, unfortunately at the morning of, we lost some girls. You know, they weren't feeling well. Our team couldn't compete in that one. We had some girls run, but you need 5 runners to count for the team side. Men did great. It was kind of a cool thing where we got to go down there. The baseball team just happened to play in Magnolia at the same time, and we got to go out and see them after the fact and cheer them on. And Jason said we need them at every 500 feet so we can kind of cheer them on and they get a little bit of kick in their step.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, especially because there's like 500 of you guys, so it's like a small army everywhere that we go. But what a year it's been for cross country. And you think of the success that the women have had, the success that the men have had, it all comes down to this. They're preparing for their final event of the season, the NJCAA Region 2 Championships, October 29th at University of Arkansas Rich Mountain in Mena. I know that the women didn't get a finish in the Lois Davis Invitational, but both teams know it's at stake. Both teams will be ready to put on a show.
This is what it all comes down to. This is if you can you win this one. This one's big. So we'll be definitely putting in a massive team effort. Jason and Julie's team, they've been running well. So that's the biggest part, is that if you're running at your best times at the end of the season, that's always a good sign.
Had a chance to talk with Coach Autumn Wyatt for Nighthawk softball this week, and she has been very impressed with what she's seen out of her group in fall softball this year. A lot of players stepping up. Of course, in the fall, you're trying to work out the roster and get, who's going to get jerseys. And boy, she said that the decision is going to be very hard this year, and she really appreciates that. Softball heads to ASU Mountain Home on Friday, another 2-game series. And as their fall season draws to a close, I think there's a lot of positive things that we'll see come spring of 2023.
She has a great group of young ladies. They've been really working hard. It's always a good problem to have when you have multiple people that are really stepping up and making your decision hard. Especially if, we all play these games, and there's obviously, touch wood, we don't get any injuries. But always having somebody that can fill the void is always a plus.
Coach, last but not least, Nighthawk baseball. I know that you guys are out there. You're busy. Your fall schedule is rolling right along. Got a couple of home games that kind of popped up on us here at the end of the week. Friday, you'll play host to CBC out at Majestic Park. Game times at 11:30 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Give us a sneak peek at what you're expecting out of your team this week.
This is going to be a fun one because we've sent a lot of guys to CBC. I think Frank and those guys up at CDC are going to send a bunch of Nighthawks or former Nighthawks to see us. So it's always fun when we get to play our guys that we've spent so much time and effort into, and see how they're developing and see how they're doing at the next level. It was, unfortunately we didn't get we're going to go play in CBC at Burns Park. They couldn't get the field, so we're coming to Majestic, which is not unfortunate at all for us. Yeah,
absolutely. A little home field advantage for you and the guys. And, of course, you talk about the family reunion. We saw one with softball earlier this fall, and now getting the opportunity to see some of those guys that we've helped promote to the next level. What an adventure that will be. Of course, those games will be broadcasted live on the Nighthawk Network, so make sure that you're tuned into YouTube beginning Friday morning. We'll start things off just before 11:30, before first pitch. When it comes to athletics here in Hot Springs, there's something for everyone going on right now at National Park College. Coach, I know that you stay extremely busy. Thank you for your time. You can find all the schedules and everything else on Nighthawk Athletics online, np.edu/athletics. And you can catch them online on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. For the coach, Rich Thompson, I'm Mark Oliver. This has been a Hawk Talk on the Nighthawk Network.